Dreamers, in this video, I'm going to show you how I find plays, right? How I find my setups and the perfect setups inside the market for me to win a real strategy on stocks that I absolutely want to own and create a little bit of passive income along the way with it. So I'm going to show you guys how I find my plays. It's not going to be the most exciting video. You know, I'm not showing you how to make money. I'm showing you the strategies I use myself to make money, and I'm giving it to you for free. So go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and most importantly, hit that notification bell, because I'm about to show you guys how to make the market give me the loot. Dreamers, we are killing it right now. We had 21% of you guys hit that notification bell. The average on YouTube is 10 to 30%. We started off at around like 14%, and you guys are killing it. You are already at 21%. As soon as we get to 30%, if you guys hit that notification bell, I'm going to be doing a technology stock giveaway, whether if it's Apple, Google, Amazon, Tesla, whatever you guys want, you know what I'm saying? A technology stock I'm going to give you guys. I'll probably do a poll, but the quicker you guys get, I wanted to do something big because you guys had hit 20%. I wanted to go get a cake or something, but y'all hit 20% so fast, man. When we get 25, 30%, we're going to do the giveaway. It's going to be big. So go ahead, hit that notification bell to help us get there quicker. All right, now dreamers, now I'm going to give you the real strategy in very quick, so I could get straight to showing you guys how I find these plays, right? So the real strategy, very quick. Stock A. I want to buy stock A. It's at $100. I don't want to pay $100 for it. I'm going to sell a cash secure put, which is going to be the very first step on this, to buy it at $90. If stock A, I'm going to get paid a premium to say I want to buy it at $90. If it don't pull back to $90, I keep my collateral and I get to keep the premium, and I do it again the following week. If it do pull back to $90, then I buy it at $90 and I still get to keep the premium. I got paid to buy a stock that I want to own. That's the second step. I get assigned these shares. Now, once I get assigned these shares, I can move on to the third step, saying, hey, I want to sell these back at 95. I'm going to sell a covered call. That's the third step of the wheel strategy. I'm going to get paid a premium to say I want to sell my shares at a higher price. If it don't go up to 95, I get to keep my shares and I get to keep the premium, and then I do it again the following week. If it do go to 95, then I'm selling it at $95. That's a $500 difference from 90 to 95. So I get the $500 in collateral and I get to keep the premium. So it's just money on top of the cake. That's the best step of the wheel strategy, is selling covered calls. And then you go over to the fourth step, and that is to do it again, selling cash you could put back on the stock that you want to own at a cheaper price. Now, guys, that is a very, very simplified, summed up version of the wheel strategy. If you do want to learn the wheel strategy in more detail, I hold Zoom calls every single Sunday. I will open this up to more spots. Inside the Zoom call, I teach you how to do the wheel strategy, cash secure puts, covered calls, poor man covered calls, credit spreads, anything that you need to learn about the wheel strategy. And you have access to my master course videos, and you'll have access to my 7 pro day traders that post their option trades every single day. So if you guys do want to join the Patreon, that link is going to be right here, down in the pinned comment section and down in the description, and also right here. So if you guys want to check that out and really learn the wheel strategy, because listen, this is what we made last month doing the wheel strategy, $5,603. Is this my best month yet? No, it's not my best month, but I'm averaging around 3 to 5% a month. Some people look to do 10%. We trying to build steady. That's where people messed up. They're chasing. Don't chase. You know what I'm saying? So I'm teaching you the right way to do it. So, you know, 2 to 3%, 4 to 5% is a lot. But this is what we've been doing so far this year. We're up $32,634 in pure premium alone. We're not talking about any capital gains. That's just pure premium. So if you guys do want to learn that strategy, there you go. Now, pull out your pens, papers, everything that you need to know. This is how I find the perfect setups inside of TradingView, so I can start to do the first step of the real strategy. First step of the real strategy is sell cash secure puts on a stock that you absolutely want to own. Now, the best time to sell a cash secure puts is when it's at a cheaper price. So right now, you guys can see VOO is at the top. That means it's probably due for a pullback. Whenever you see VOO at the top of the Bollinger Bands, it usually have a pullback. You would get assigned those shares. Nothing wrong with getting assigned shares, but you want to get assigned shares at the best price. Whichever at the top of the Bollinger Band, it has a pullback. Top of the Bollinger Band have a pullback. Right now it's at the top of the Bollinger Band, so it's probably gonna have a pullback any day now. You know, you can't really predict the market, but you know, statistics shows when it's overvalued on the RSI, it's at the top of the Bollinger Band, it's probably set up for a pullback, right? So this is how I'm going to scan the market inside of TradingView to find us some good setups that is oversold on the RSI. If you can find some amazing stocks that's oversold on the RSI that has a historical rate of going up the last 5-10 years, If you find some that's oversold on the RSI, that means that's probably going to have a recovery. So last time it was almost oversold for VOO was right here. And then look, it had a big run up. It had a run up from when it was oversold. And then we're going to go to when it was overvalued. So oversold right here to overbought. That is an 8% run up. That is really, really good in just 52 days. Let's look at the last time. All right, so the last time it was oversold down here on VOO, which is the S&P 500. So the last time it was oversold down here to, let's go to right here to where it was overvalued. So that is a 22% difference. So we want to look for stocks that's oversold because it shows it as at a good value. So when we find these stocks at a good value, that's when we're going to go in, sell some cash secure puts to get them at an even better price or to just run the real strategy. Now, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to hit this little button right here. This is tradingview.com. It's completely free, giving you guys some really good information right here. It's completely free to sign up for TradingView. I highly recommend that you guys set up an account. You don't have to pay the premium services for it. You could just set up your own indicators. I think you have like 3 on the screen at once for the free version. That's all you need. So we're going to hit this screener tool right here. Let's widen it out. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're already on the American market. I don't know if I can make it any bigger. All right, there we go. We're already on the American market, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to hit this plus button right here. And then we're going to type in RSI. We're going to click on the relative strength index. And once we do that, we're going to look for the 4-hour chart. This will give us some monthly setups, some 30 to 45 day expiration setups when we're selling cash secure puts. And then we're going to hit add filter. Once we click that, we're going to look at the RSI, and then we're going to look at 30 and below. That means it's going to be oversold on the RSI. We're going to hit that. And then once we hit that, I like to sort mines by market cap. So I'm going to go to market cap. I'm going to hit descending. That's going to give us the biggest companies at the top. So it's going to be Meta with $1.7 trillion company market cap. And then Home Depot at almost a $400 billion market cap. And then the rest is descending. So let's scroll back and click on Meta. Okay, so Meta's oversold on the RSI. That means, bam, you guys can see that's oversold on RSI. It's at the bottom of the Bollinger Band and it's somewhere near a support zone. It's somewhere near a support zone of this 200 EMA, which is really, really good. So I'm comfortable selling a cash secure put at a 0.2 or a 0.3 delta with a month expiration out on Meta. So let's see what that would look like. So here we are on Meta, ticker symbol META. We'll hit trade. We're going to trade options. Let's go out a month to October 30th, and we're going to be selling a put, and we're going to be looking for a 0.3 delta. That's 0.35. Let's look at the 675. That's 0.31 delta, perfect with an IV of 47%. Not the best, but I would love to pick up Meta at $675. So if we come back over here to the screen, where would $675 be? Right down here in this zone. So I would love to pick up Meta somewhere down here in the zone at between 675 and 670. That would be an awesome place way down here to pick up Meta. So we're going to get paid to buy shares of Meta at an amazing price. So if we're bringing in $1,900 every single month, and we do this, that we could be bringing in an extra $22,800 whenever we see this setup on Meta. And if we do get assigned those shares of Meta, perfect. This is a company that I do not mind owning long term, because if we look at the long term movement of Meta, you guys can see over the long term, if we do get assigned shares, that is really, really good growth that we would absolutely love. Now this dip right here was when I think that's when they changed their name from Facebook to Meta. And this is where we was picking up shares, picking up a whole bunch of shares of Meta inside of the Patreon. But yeah, they just show a good history of literally only going up. And while it's on the run, you want to take advantage of it while it's on the run. And then you can set your mental stop loss whenever you want to reevaluate your companies after their earnings. The next company that we could look at that's on this list would be like DraftKings. DraftKings down here is also on this list. So we could look at this if you have a smaller account. As you guys can see, that it's extremely oversold on the RSI down here, and it's at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. So this is another good setup that we could see. And I would probably want to pick up shares of DKNG under around like $33, just looking at the chart. So we come back over here, we will type in DraftKings, DKNG, we'll hit trade options, we'll go out a month, we'll sell a put. Let's say the 30, yeah, the 30 is really good. So we'll look at this chart over here. The 30 is at the bottom. So it'll have to make a double bottom from its most recent low. So that'll give us a good setup to buy Kings at $30. In fact, let's look at it. The last trade was 29 cents. So we hit this, we hit one, We'll type in 0.29. So we can sell a cash secure put on DraftKings for around $2,900, and we'll get paid a premium of $29. So 1% a week. And if we get assigned some shares at, so 1% a month, do this once a month, that's 12% in a year. And if we do get assigned shares of DraftKings at a pretty good price, then that's really, really good. But so that's super safe if you wanted to sell it at a 0.10 delta. But realistically, if you wanted to do like a 0.2 delta, that's a 0.2. Or if you wanted to do like a 0.3 delta, that's 0.27. So we could do this one and you can make an extra $113 a month. So 113 divided by what was at 34, you can make around like 3.32% in a month. And if you multiply that out by 12, that's around like, again, 40% in a year. And one more time, just for, you know, we'll type in Roblox because I know this one is at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. It's almost oversold on the RSI down here. And you guys can see on the 4-hour chart, it bounced below the bottom of the band. So we could come over to Roblox, and these are all on tickers that we want to own. I want to own Meta. I want to own more DraftKings. I want to own more Roblox. So whenever I see it at a pretty good value, I'll go in and I can sell some cash secure puts to get them at a cheaper value, RBLX. So we go on Roblox, we can sell a trade options. We'll go out a month, we'll sell a cash secure put. This look like for 0.3 delta, it's 0.2. Okay, so we could look at this one right here, the 110. It has a 0.26 delta. And it's paying us $485 in a month. So it's 485 divided by 110, I believe. So that's around 4.4%, and multiply that by 100. So that's 4.4% in a month. And then of course you can multiply that out by 12. That'll give you 52% in a year. And that's how I find my good setups. I use stock screener tools inside of TradingView. I sort it by market cap, right? If you guys are taking notes, I sorted by market cap to give me the good quality companies at the top. And then because you don't want to do it, you do not want to run the wheel strategy on stocks that you do not want to own. Sometimes I've been doing it for a while, so I could kind of like finagle my way out of it because I know how to roll options up and out. I know how to roll options down and out, everything like that. When I see a good IV inside the system that pays a pretty good premium, I could go in and do it. But I did not build my portfolio by being risky like that. I built my portfolio by being disciplined, having discipline to only follow my rules and guidelines. Look at the RSI, the Bollinger Bands, and the 200 EMA. Only selling cash secure puts when it's at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. Only selling cash secure puts when it's oversold on the RSI. And only doing the wheel strategy on stocks that I absolutely want to own. So you run your stock screener tool. If it's stocks on there that you don't want to own, don't do it just because some of these companies are good and at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. You only want to do it on companies that you want to own. So don't mess yourself up just thinking that you have to find a trade every single week. You don't have to do it. And if you don't have the capital to do it on a big stock, don't just say, hey, I'm going to do it on this smaller stock just because I want to do it and I can afford it. No, just keep saving up, keep investing until eventually you can do it on a stock that you want to own and be able to sell cash secure puts. Now, there are some smaller stocks out there that's pretty good and that I talked about in my other videos. So make sure that you guys go look at those 3 cheap stocks if you want to practice, or 3 cheap stocks in the other video if you guys do want to own some of those pretty good companies at a cheaper price, like ticker symbol BULL. I highly recommend you guys go check out that video. But yeah, guys, this is how I find my setups inside the market. Not the most exciting video, but it's a video that you need to watch, that you need to learn. I'm teaching you guys how to learn, how to think for yourselves, how to listen. YouTube, you know, I ain't gonna say that, but listen, you need to learn this skill yourself. You know what I'm saying? You teach a man you give a man a fish. If I keep giving you plays, you'll eat for a day. If I teach a man to fish, you'll eat for a lifetime. I'm trying to teach you how to eat for the lifetime, and you could tell the market, give me the loot. So make sure that you go down in the comment section and comment, give me the loot down in the comment section, as I know you made it to the end of this video and that you're a real one. If you guys do want to join the Patreon, click this link right here. Click down in the comment section, click down in the pinned comment section inside the description. Take you to the Patreon, teach you everything that you need to know about the real strategy. But other than that, dreamers, Zeke, bring you Dream Green Conversations, and I'm out. Peace.
This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. All investments are by risk. Do your research. This is not licensed financial advisor. Any third party considered false under the fair use commentary and analysis. Please consult with a licensed financial advisor or professional in your area before making investment decisions.